First question for you is just, last year, a large factory in Stockton, Illinois, just half an hour away from here, closed down, hundreds of jobs were lost, and this is something that a lot of communities here and rural communities are suffering from.
Have been facing for a long time, that's right.
And, just wondering, for you and kind of entering into the new year, and hopefully the next coming years, what do you hope to do to kind of curb that, help these rural communities?
That's exactly right. Great question. Well, the states around us have been doing pretty well in manufacturing jobs and getting factories. We haven't. They've been growing. Manufacturing has been a strong upsurge. The new administration in Washington has been very pro-business, pro-manufacturing in the U.S. Indiana's added a lot of manufacturing jobs. Wisconsin's added a lot. Michigan's added a lot. We've added some. I've been working hard. We've added about 120,000 new jobs in Illinois since I became governor. But we should be growing 5 times faster than that. And the key to helping these communities, like Stockton, like Rockford, like Freeport, like Decatur, like Danville, is to get the regulatory burden off of our businesses. We have too much red tape. We have twice as many regulations on our companies as the states around us do. But also to lower our tax burden. Our taxes are very high, especially our property taxes. That's why I'm running for a second term to roll back down the Madigan income tax hike that passed last summer over my veto, and also to lower our property tax burden. We have the highest property taxes in America, and I've talked to many companies over the last 10 years who left to go to other states because the property taxes were so much lower there. If we do that, cut the red tape and lower taxes, we'll bring a lot more businesses to Illinois and really get the economy growing in many of our communities.
So hopefully with the second term, because obviously with the first term, that's clearly also something that you're going for as well, trying to lower taxes, trying to lower regulations. I'm curious, with a little more experience under your belt, obviously, how do you hope for the second term to work better, obviously, with the state legislator and try to get more of those policies pushed through?
Yeah, it's a great question. And then the key is to get more reform-minded members in the General Assembly. Whether Republican or Democrat, it's not so much the issue, it's whether they're willing to change the system. Mike Madigan has been in power in our state for 35 years. He's helped institute a lot of corruption in the state, and he's become wealthy from high property taxes that he's forced because he owns a property tax appeal law firm. It's a conflict of interest. So I've signed an executive order to block legislators from doing that kind of property tax appeal work, so they stop having the incentive to have high property taxes. And I'm asking members of the General Assembly who want to run for a re-election or to run to get an office in the legislature, sign a promise, sign a pledge to the people of Illinois. That promise says 2 things: a vote to put term limits on the ballot so the people of Illinois can vote term limits, but also I'll vote for someone else to be Speaker. Madigan's been a Speaker too long. He's elected by members of the General Assembly. They should promise to elect one of their other members to be Speaker. So Madigan's gone. Once he's gone, we'll have a very different culture, and I'll be able to negotiate a lot more progress on reforms.
Still have time?
We can get one more. Yeah.
So just kind of off of that, because with those hopes, and kind of it sounds like just kind of changing the structure of the state legislature, and do you feel that sort of changing the certain outlook of these entrenched politicians in the state legislature, that all having that reform, letting people vote, have term limits, and change the economy, you think that it can all be done?
Oh, it absolutely can. It absolutely can. In the remainder of this year, we're going to get a balanced budget, and we're going to get some reforms so we can begin to lower the income tax back down to 3%. And this election cycle, we're going to get reformers in based on term limits and getting Mike Madigan out as Speaker. But what's exciting is in my second term, I will be able to block Madigan's gerrymandering. This is an important thing for your readers, your listeners to know. Madigan has been in control so long. He's drawn the maps that are the districts that the legislatures run in. He's drawn them to lock in the incumbents. And there's no competition. There's 2/3 of the races last cycle didn't even have opponents in the general election. I, as governor, if I'm in office, and I will be in office in 2020 when the new census is done, I'll have a voice in how those maps are drawn. It won't be just drawn by Madigan, and we'll be able to have bipartisan, competitive elections, and we'll get a lot more reformers. They'll have to earn the vote of the people. They won't just be loyal to Madigan anymore. They'll be loyal more to their constituents because they'll have to compete for the votes. That'll be a huge change that I can drive my second term.
All right.